Hello and welcome back to another episode of Starcraft. And when we last left off, I had pressed the button to record and not record, which made the game go slower. But we have everything we need to get rid of the base down here, and this is the thing that I thought was pretty silly. Let's have an entire mineral field and a Vespane geyser on the other side of a bridge. Come on. There's gotta be more. Yeah, there's more. Come on, game. Really? A spider mine when you're when you're still at a level where you're using predominantly infantry? Yes, that is their base. As you can see, quite a lot of turrets. In theory, you could get rid of the turrets if you had like 24 wraiths, but then you'd still also get fairly beaten up by the Goliaths, which they can apparently build that we can't because reasons. Don't get an air unit near Goliath. Just don't. It's not good for your health. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, get away from that. Now if I come down over here and drop everybody, really? Hi everybody! I think I dropped down a lot. I heard that. I'll let you guys deal with that. Whoa! Let's get these off so we can just control the army. And someone already died. Also, I have a hell of a lot more people than it looked like I did. Holy crap. But also, if you didn't know, there's no way to make up for the previous video being a bit longer than I want to keep my stuff. I skipped a little bit of the building up in this one. Well, everybody, you know the drill. Burn the base to the ground. There's so many Marines, and I love it. There's something satisfying about seeing an entire field line like this. Also, Jimmy, could you do me a favor? Well, okay, I believe that guy ate that spider mine for us. Are there any more in the base? They would probably pop up for Jimmy, and he has ample amount of health to just absorb it. I heard another one pop up, but I think they might actually be killing them before they have a moment. Because if you have enough troops and the AI manages to react fast enough to turn and shoot it, they can actually kill the spider mine before it gets to you. But get rid of these, and then there's just a couple buildings to get rid of, and that's the level. There's also a drop. There we go. Yep, just a couple dangerous supply depots that we need to kill, because everybody knows how dangerous supply depots are. And that's the level. Not even any fanfare at the end. Now, so I had a lot of minerals built up. But there was no reason to go back and keep using them. Yay, we win the Battle of Antigua Prime. Confederate Command Ship NORAD 2. Command Ship? High Orbit Antigua Prime. Oh guys, at this level, next level is the next one I think of, isn't it? Those are Scourge, and they're really good at destroying area units. NORAD 2, secret staging area on Antigua Prime.
It appears that the Confederates are in a state of panic about the Antiguan revolt. I'm picking up a high number of Confederate transmissions going back and forth between their outposts and their headquarters on Tarsonis. Most of the transmissions are heavily coded, but wait, here's something.
This is General Duke calling from Alpha Squadron, flagship NORAD Zerg? Here? Serves them right. About time they got a taste of what it's like to be in there mixing it up.
Jim, I want you to move in and save that base.
I'm positive I didn't hear that right.
Arcturus, have you lost your mind?
Listen, I know Duke's a cold-hearted bastard, but an entire colony shouldn't have to suffer for that. Besides, a Confederate general could prove to be a powerful ally. This is an opportunity we cannot miss.
I don't like this at all.
I'm not asking you to like it. I'm asking you to do it.
Yes, sir.
Great. Let's get this over with.
And Manx shows that he's not. I mean, he has good ideas. I mean, like thinking about it. If you capture the Confederate general, that's pretty powerful leeway with the Confederates, especially since it's Alpha Squadron. I mean, we'll find out a little bit later, but there's more than just Alpha Squadron. There's an entire slew of squadrons. I believe Alpha Squadron is supposed to be the best one, because, you know, Alpha. But, to save a Confederate base. And that building is burning, meaning I need to repair it right now. But yes, game, thank you for telling me about burning buildings. I totally never would have found out about them until now. But yes, this is the level I remember. You can cheese this pretty hard. I'm going to be doing just that. However, I will get my base set up first.
This we gotta hurry. That ship won't last long against those Zerg.
Now, as you saw, you don't really have... Well, is there anybody in the bunkers? There is not. Get people in the bunkers. Get you guys and you and 3 of you in that bunker. We might even need one over here because they could probably just run down and get directly to our mineral line. Not the best. Oh, that is a Scourge. 110... Really? Wraiths are 120 health, and Zerg and the Scourge do 110 damage. That's just rude. Yes, there's the damage NORAD to a couple bunkers with 3 Marines each, and a few Goliaths. Do we get an armory? We get an armory. If we get an armory, chances are we get Goliaths, because that's the only prerequisite. I think I might even cheese this a little bit more. But we need to get the base up and running first. I really miss Goliaths. Is the thing, I know I'm going to talk about another game again, like I did the last video with the Ghost Lockdown skill, which probably pissed off a few people, honestly, but eh. They made us stupid. They were incredibly idiotic removing the Goliath for Starcraft 2, because the Goliath doesn't exist. I mean, they removed the Vulture, the Fire Bat, the Medic, but they did kind of, sort of find proper replacements for them. I mean, it's a different game, obviously, but they never really found a proper replacement for the Goliath, because the Goliath's a mech unit, so it's a little bit silly to build mech units and then build infantry when you're actually playing the game online, because that's going down 2 different tech trees. Online, that is suicide. But they tried, and they haven't really found something that quite fits the profile. I mean, they built something like the Thor, but the Thor is big, fat, bulky thing that takes an abhorrent amount of resources to build. I mean, granted, they're strong, but they have stronger weaknesses as a result. And they tried to make it a little bit better against air units, which they did. But by and large, I think a lighter mech unit like the Goliath would have seen much better use. I mean, they even tried to make stuff like the Marauder, which the Warhound, which, although interesting, was very similar to the unit they made previously, the Marauder. Dang it! Did not want to lose a Goliath. Well, now we're collecting gas. I can actually repair them. Was that entirely necessary? That was just your slow stuff thrown at me. To repair the door as well. Yeah, they tried to replace it, and they never really fully succeeded, I think. There's a big reason why, as much as I love Starcraft, and just Blizzard in general, I don't really play many of their games nowadays. And it's not just nostalgia talking. I really tried. It didn't work. Yeah! I knew it! I knew it! I knew they would figure out a way to get around there. Also, there's... I forgot... Actually, the Scourge is blue, and I just never mentioned it. But they have blue Scourge now. You know, we had Colonial Blue, and now we have blue Scourge Brood. But once you are done that, I want a miner to come over here and repair you. In fact, I want another miner replaced there, because gas tends to be the most important of the resources that you can possibly get. Speaking of which, let's get an academy and just nestle it down here, and then get a factory. Because I want to use the Goliaths. Because although the Goliaths are kind of bulkier, they are very good at what they do, if I remember correctly. I mean, they do 12 damage. They don't shoot as fast as these guys, but they have a lot more health. And they have armor. And they wreck air units. Any air units decide to get near a Goliath end up dying pretty quickly. I mean, yes, they cost gas as well, but generally, from what I remember, Goliaths were actually fairly good. And they might not be as good against the Zerg, what with the Zerglings, but it'll be worth a shot. Let's get you in there. I also need to repair Jimmy eventually. You do that. And then you, as soon as that is done. Also, we do technically... Why is there a bunker down here? What enemy would run... I don't even think the AI would be smart enough to run along the edge around this bunker. Anyway. The mission objectives. Protect the battle cruiser officer and bring Raynor and 2 dropships because, you know, there's no way that Duke is being in the same dropship as Jimmy. They have to be in 2 different ones. Also, we fully repaired the NORAD too, but it can't move at all still. Makes sense out of that one. Also, repair that. But yes, we don't even need the attachment. In fact, I don't even think there's any point of getting the attachment if you're building Goliaths in oh, yeah, we already have one. Don't need that guy. In non-Brood War, because there was an upgrade for the Goliaths, but I believe it was only in Brood War. And besides, I don't think it'd be valid now anyway. I mean, we do kind of have those guys in an important position. So, getting them more range would be nice. But while we're here, let's get another factory to build these guys a bit faster. And now we have a ComSat station to scan with. Of course, as I normally do, I'm still going to kill everything in the level, because, you know, completionist. But if I recall... yes. See that? Little cheesy thing you can do is actually destroy one of your protective bunkers. Ha. Screw you. You can destroy one of your protective bunkers and construct a unit-producing building in its place, because the area is just large enough for them. Can I get another bunker? I can get a bunker behind it.
Systems functional.
Perfect. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh,
Insufficient Vespene gas.
9. It is the only thing. Goliaths do cost a fair chunk of gas.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Also, a question, if these guys are isolated from us, why are they building in red instead of still white? Like, why would they paint their stuff red? Yes, now we can get that. We could even get an attachment on it. If we could build siege tanks, that would just be silly. Just get a siege tank, scan an area, get the siege tanks to siege up top. Because I believe the NORAD and the area surrounding it is chock full of defenses. In fact, how about I take a look? Oh yeah, that is 50 bajillion spore colonies. You know, if you really, really wanted to just avoid this level entirely, you could just build like a dozen or 2 dozen dropships and just fly them through the weakest point, like right about here-ish, and get over here and save them from the pit. But I'm not gonna be that guy. Why would I be that guy? See, look at how little damage he took. And the damage can be repaired. Ah yes, also they destroy overlords fairly well. But as soon as this guy is built, I will move out. Destroy some constructions. In fact, I need more supply depots if I want to even build anything more. But yeah, we have Goliaths. Let's see how strong these guys can be. There's going to be... yep, there's a defense. There's a lot of defense. They can shoot at targets while moving. Well, I lost 2 so far, but it's sunken colonies. Sunken colonies hurt a lot. Get rid of that. I said get rid of that. Now get rid of the sunken colony. Now that most of you are in the way to do so. Wow. Maybe it really was a bad idea to get these guys to attack Zerg. Funnily enough, getting infantry against Zerg might have been a better decision. It is too late now. We may as well get more. In fact, what I'm going to do is take 2. Ah! That was a trap. You get in the back. See, what I'm going to do is take 2 of these guys. Ah! What a jerk! No, 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 no. You guys stay here.
Your forces are under attack.
I'd like to point out, they literally dropped Zerglings on top of us. Yeah, I think this is something that I did before. I had Goliaths and other mechanical stuff. I mean, I don't think I ended up using vultures for the reason of them being vultures. No, 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 no. You don't move too far. But let's get some reinforcements. What? Please kill the stuff that can destroy you. And yeah, we only have 3 men. 3 Goliaths, and they're slowly picking the base apart. Funnily enough, the Zerglings do not target the SCVs, which are repairing the stuff that they are trying to attack. You'd figure they would. Nope. Repair. Anything else damaged? No. Why was that necessary, game? Like, that was just a jerky move. Yeah, I think when we're fighting Zerg, it'd be best to not get Goliaths. Because these guys still get really, really injured whenever a
Your forces are under attack.
sunken colony decides to be around. No, no. Okay. Those poor SCVs are just like, I want my minerals. No, you're sitting here right at the front lines, repairing vehicles. Because while the sunken colonies do a lot of damage, if you have a lot more disposable people, I don't really like to put it that way, but if you have a lot more disposable people, like the, say, Marines, they're much, much easier to deal with. Because they can only attack so fast. They will absolutely wreck stronger things that get in the way, but they can still only attack so fast. Yeah, it takes more hits per one of these, but I would probably have like 3,000, or 3 groups, 3,000, 3 groups of Marines go up there, comparatively to a dozen of these guys. That guy is going to die, yep. Well, those are dead. What's down here? Is there anything? Another base. You know, there actually wasn't a whole lot of resources here, so if you weren't doing too well, you would actually need that. But I still have, with those, a dozen Goliaths. Let's actually start cheesing the game like I said I was going to cheese the game. Which is, get units in here and actually push out. I mean, I don't think the AI ever really gives too much an assault. I mean, you might lose your Goliaths, but I don't think they will ever assault it in such a way that it would destroy the NORAD. Unless you know, forgot to repair stuff. Let's just top these guys' health off before we continue. And while we're doing that, we can use the ComSat station. Hello. Oh hey, the Orange have a base up here. It looks like the best course of action, really, is to actually enter from up here, because you get a nice open area for your troops to be in. And they only have 2 sunken colonies, and yet they have a hive. The blue base was more defended than this one. Though it looks like they do have quite a few things up there. Just going to be nasty. But let's go. Yeah, attacking the area that the NORAD is in with ground troops, with an air force is effectively suicide. Not even because of the Scourge, but just because of the amount of spore colonies that are there. And also, there is a humongous amount of troops here. Oh my god! Jesus. I was like, oh yeah, this will be easy. This will be easy, he said. I just lost my entire force to that.
Your forces are under attack.
You know what? I'm gonna get Marines. I'm just gonna take 2 guys. I'm gonna hit those. I will try them again, but I will try the Goliaths again, because I remember Goliaths being pretty strong. But I think against stuff that can swarm and stuff that do a lot of damage, the Goliaths do fall off a bit. I mean, they have to have some kind of weakness and everything. And I think the weakness is the Zerg. Maybe not the Zerg stronger stuff. I mean, they're stronger against the Mutalisks than the Marines are, because the Marines, you know, it bounces around on them and hurts more. Also, I think just the positioning with those 2 pillars in the middle, splitting our forces, and their entire army being there right next to the sunken colony, that was just nasty and painful. So, instead I'm going to get 50 bajillion Marines. Hey. Take that. I will do before calling it a video is exploring up here. Of course, having one slowed in the front is actually not a good idea. Yeah, I can just push out from here. Ah! As you can see, when there's not... Are you stuck? You're stuck, aren't you? Well, there's only one thing to do with a stuck unit. Kill it. Yeah, as you can see, they are much more survivable when there isn't an entire army next to them.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
But yeah, like 3 dozen Marines should be able to handle anything that other base could possibly throw. I'm going to do that, get a couple of these, and then call it a video. Hey, even I can be wrong sometimes. But when we come back, we will save the NORAD 2 from the 50 bajillion stuff around it. And I also need to actually build the starport to get the 2 dropships. It's kind of important. The level won't end, even if you kill everything, unless you get the 2 dropships. But that's all for now. Till next time. See you later.